Listening is key. Okay, listen up. You've heard that before. I know you have. And when you've heard that, you might have perked up a little more than usual and maybe even paid a little bit more attention. Maybe not. There are many books that have already been written about how to listen effectively, which I believe is a component of being empathic. I plan to write one myself. I'm going to call it Chudd Up. I may even develop a workshop on it. So, without getting too deep into the subject, let me give you a few tips on listening. It's key to being an effective follower. There's more to listening effectively, but these 4 tips will get you started. First, prepare to listen. That may not be real easy when someone shouts out, "Listen up," at you. When that phrase is used, you're expected to stop doing what you're doing and pay attention. You may have very little time to prepare to listen. But if it's not an order barked at you, do prepare to listen. The critical way to prepare to listen is to value the person speaking. If you don't care about the person speaking, you probably won't listen very well, nor, especially, empathically. To refresh your memory, the key to listening empathically is to seek to understand, not to judge. Caring is a choice. You can choose to care or not. Prepare to listen by choosing to care about the person speaking with you and valuing what they say. You don't have to agree with him or her, but he or she feels a certain way and you can understand that without judging. Value and care about the person. That's one way to begin to prepare to listen. Secondly, be there. Don't let your mind wander. Stay focused on what the person is saying and watch his or her nonverbals. Practice mindfulness. You've probably heard of that concept. The internet describes mindfulness as the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Think about that description. Would you like someone you're sharing your problems with to do that? I certainly would. I think that practicing mindfulness is very closely aligned with preparing to listen. The key, again, is choosing to do so and practicing it. Stay focused on the speaker. Be there, not somewhere else. Thirdly, eliminate distractions. That might be somewhat out of your hands. You can't control people approaching you while you're trying to listen to someone. Or the phone ringing, but you can choose not to get distracted by it. Again, it may be difficult, but you can do it. And the more you practice eliminating distractions, the better you get at it. When I had an office and someone came in to speak with me, I always shut my computer down or put it to sleep. I didn't want it pinging or the screen broadcasting pictures or notes distracting me from listening. In fact, I had intentionally placed a chair near my desk for guests that I would have to turn my chair so that I couldn't see my computer screen. That way, I stayed focused on the person speaking with me. You can do little things like that to eliminate distractions. Lastly, rephrase what you heard. You want to make sure you understood what the speaker said. So you might want to rephrase the message you think you heard and share it with the speaker for him or her to acknowledge that it is what he or she did actually say and meant. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes when my bride says something, I take it completely differently. When I rephrase what I think she said, she corrects me if I misunderstood, and it also refreshes my immediate memory. Remember, again, that you want to understand, not judge. Once the speaker agrees that that's what was said, you can seek deeper understanding if needed, even disagree if that's required. Listening will help you a lot with being empathic. It can get you on the right track to begin with, then you can go from there. I assure you that this skill will serve you as an effective follower and, eventually, as an effective leader. Be great, you are. Air Power.